Well, hello there guys, and welcome to Mission 2 here in our Graviteam Tactics Maya's Front Operation Modular campaign with South Africa. Guys, we're going to go ahead and continue into this next fight. It looks like we've already made our movement, and I'm actually hoping that the enemy will attack us, but I don't think we're going to get that lucky. It's just not going to happen. We're going to have to attack this enemy strong point and hopefully break it right now. It's going to be a tough fight for sure. At the same time, I'm going to take my infantry, and I'm going to start pushing into this location because we want to try and help our UNITA friends over here. And I think if we send this infantry in, we might just be able to do that. So we're going to go ahead and end the turn here. See which battle is going to happen first. And that's the battle we're going to be playing today, guys. So let's see. And it's going to be the attack with our armored company. Let's jump right in, folks. Alright folks, as you can see, we have a massive force to attack here. And this is the main objective point in the actual campaign. So if we could take this and hold it, we pretty much have victory almost assured. That being said, I also want to hit the crossroads. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this group, and I'm actually going to go ahead and send them to the crossroads. I like the setup so far. I don't really want them set up in any specific way because we're going to be moving everybody anyway. So once again, I'm targeting the crossroads with this group. And with this group, I'm going to go ahead and target the center. I hope that we're doing the right thing here because, of course, we're taking a big risk splitting our guys, but I think it's a risk we need to take. We also have some artillery support that we can call in from our commanders, although I'm not even sure we're going to need it, considering the forces we're facing now. Somebody asked me if I could remove these arrows, guys. I'm going to try when we get to the fighting, but I haven't been able to. This is a new update with the Maya's Front system. Sort of allows you to know where the direction of your men is. So hopefully when we come back, we can get rid of that. If not, I hope you'll enjoy the battle anyway. Be right back, folks. All right, we started taking fire, guys. And the thing is, to press F5, you can actually get rid of the directional arrows. But then we can't actually see our men unless we go to the map. We can see our men, but not in the groups they have them here. So I'm going to keep F5 for now, but I am immediately going to switch targeting over there. Definitely means that we've got some enemies in this general area, not where we expected them, and want to go right for them, guys, and try and get some kills. In fact, it looks like even our infantry is taking on the enemies here, and I think they should continue. Let's move forward, boys. We already lost one vehicle, so we're not facing children here. Well, we might be facing some child soldiers. Demonetized immediately. There we go. Oh, my goodness. That was a beautiful shot, guys. Just look at that hit. Almost certainly an RPG fired by one of our infantry units. Now, the question is, can we keep this firepower up and actually conquer the enemy here? We can already see they've got a few commanders in this area. So we're definitely close to their main force. There's no doubt about it. In fact, I'm guessing it's going to be right there by the bridge. So we're sending all of our guys in. Just to give you an eye, guys, depending if you want to see this in the future battles, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what we get with F5. Is it F5? I think it is. To basically get rid of the directional button. But again, it's going to affect the way we see the map, and I'm not sure we want to do it right yet. There we go. So that would be it, guys. The F5 button essentially does this. We can still see our units on the field. We just can't see our control of them. Let's put it that way. So we're going to keep it that way, but again, I'll let you guys decide which you prefer. Let's move forward. This is certainly a much more realistic approach, and how you'd see it on the battlefield itself. Kind of unable to see all of the enemy units, and just trusting your men to fire in the right direction. All right, that's got to be a hit right there. The amount of gunfire we're throwing down is incredible. But I wonder if we're going to have targets elsewhere. All right, yeah, sure enough. Look at that, guys. I'm going to have to switch because I definitely prefer this view. And sure enough, oh my goodness. We didn't even notice these guys. Look at all the targets over here, guys. We've definitely spotted their main force. But now we have to deal with it. Let's turn around here. Actually, we're sending quite a few of our other vehicles towards that area, so that's looking pretty good. And it looks like one of the missiles may have just missed our vehicles. So for now, I'm just going to target them and let this group do their job. I mean, we sent them here for a reason. Let's see if they can handle it on their own. Good for South Africa, boys. Oh, no. One of our guys, if you look on the left side there, has just been knocked out. He's spewing gas. I mean, for once, the MPLA is putting up an amazing fight. They don't want to lose at this point, and I'm sure their commanders have told them, basically, if we lose this, we lose the country. We lose Angola, and the UNITA forces will probably be moving into the capital, Luanda. So that's why they're fighting with utter bravery here. But I think we're actually going to stop our boys here and just continue firing on them. We've got targets. Now we just need to follow up. Look at them fighting. That's really nice. Stop with this guy as well. And again, I want him specifically targeting one of these APCs. We want to start taking them out. Oh my goodness, nasty hits, guys. Over here on the western side, we are finding some enemy contact as well. Of course, these crossroads are not as important as the other area, but since we're basically just jumping right through the hoops here, I'm going to go ahead and change direction for some of these units. Or actually not even change direction, just keep them going in the direction of those enemies. In fact, try to overrun them, because that seems to be mostly infantry units. So I think if we could spot these guys, we could probably finish them off entirely. So actually going to look at our infantry on the front line right here. And sure enough, the enemy is asking for a ceasefire, guys. We're not taking that ceasefire until we can at least take one of these points. There's just no way I'd even consider it until we get one of those points. And this is for our artillery. Let's see if we can figure this out. I'm not the only one that's had trouble with artillery in this game. It used to be pretty simple. You would just drag the circle over the enemy. Let's see if we can do that here. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's click. No, no, don't prepare. We want to switch. 3 per gun. Okay, so this is where it's supposed to fire. Okay, I got the idea here, guys. So what we want to do is we want to move this firing location all the way over here onto the crossroads. This is just one of the points we're attacking. And let's go ahead and call it. It's preparing right now, so it should be firing, although I want to move that too. I guess that'll just be sort of a fire up our guys' butt to move on the field and just keep moving as quickly as possible. It's impossible to focus on every single aspect of this battle right now, guys, as you can imagine. There's so much going on either side. I mean, this is the last point, the last stronghold for MPLA. So, you know, of course, they're going to send everything they have at us. That was an RPG shot. I don't think it managed to kill our vehicle, but it may have hurt the guys inside. Although right now they've just opened up on that same group of infantry and that gun. Let's see if we can take those guns out, man. They could be even more deadly than the enemy APCs. Yeah, that's an ATGM. Good shooting by our boys. Just took out the spotter on that thing. Or is that a tow, guys? You tell me. That being said, that thing just got hit bad. Doesn't look like they're really firing at our tank anymore. And that's how we want them. We want them under fire. Suppressed so that they can't hit any of our vehicles. Let's take a look over there at the other area, guys. And the attack continues, but it definitely looks like we've weakened the enemy forces. If you just look over here at what the enemy has left, almost all their vehicles are burning here. You can actually see the fires as we approach. This area looks like we've pretty much overrun it. Looks like this group of enemies completely killed. Look at that. That is amazing, guys. That's an AA gun staffed by Cubans. You can see the thing completely destroyed. But amazing that they would take the risk to get that AA gun out. It would actually be very effective against our infantry, believe it or not. But luckily, we wiped it out before it could be too much of a threat. Oh, looks like we got some close combat happening over here, guys. Don't usually see this in this war. But our boys are definitely moving right up on them. Watch your fire. We gotta watch for blue on blue right here. That's friendly fire. It's especially considering the amount of forces converging on just a single position. Let's grab these boys, go straight for the bridge. But incredibly, we're engaging, even all the way at this distance, you know, almost a kilometer away, we're engaging these infantry with our own. So advance, boys. One of our units just got bogged down. Again, this terrain is not the best for tanks. Essentially just sort of muddy jungle terrain, or I guess you could call it like savanna, but there's definitely a jungle element here in Angola. Come on, target the commanders. Target the commanders. Right now, killing officers, I think, is one of our main objectives. Enemy retreats. Wow, incredible, guys. We actually got the enemy retreat. It's a 6-minute countdown to the retreat, but that's pretty amazing. That means they're going to leave their stronghold, of course. And in the next few minutes, I want to try to get the next few minutes, I want to try to get as many casualties on the enemy as possible. And as you can see, we've got our rattles, excuse me. That's the right pronunciation, is the rattle. Absolutely moving forward on an amazing charge here. Some of the guys actually out of the gun ports firing. Not all of them, though. And it looks like they just sniped another one. May have hit another enemy vehicle here. Oh, no, that's the artillery, boys. That's our artillery finally making headway into the enemy lines. And there we go. You can see the status of some of these enemy vehicles. We just want to keep that fire up, consistent, and take out as many of these enemies as we can before they run into the jungle and escape us until the next turn. Of course, the next turn we're probably going to be facing an infantry battle, guys. So once again, if you enjoy this series, the best thing you can do is hit that like button, comment down below, make sure you let us know that you enjoy this, you want to see another episode, and pass it on to your friends. Also, if you've missed episode 1, try to remember to put the link to that down below, but if you want to find it, just go into Video Manager. It's about 3 or 4 videos before this, so we're really following up on this series quite quickly, friends. All right, we took some prisoners. Hey, not bad. Looks like some guys were just not able to make the retreat. And it might actually be that tow team, believe it or not. And look at that. You can actually see their APCs just retreating off the field, trying to escape. We're still firing. I'm going to keep attacking, even though we only have a few minutes to attack. Again, every single casualty counts here. Specifically, of course, every single enemy casualty. And as you can see, most of them have taken off to the jungles here. Best place to escape. I mean, honestly, you know, they can at least get some cover in these jungles. Not just cover from actual rounds, but cover from us even seeing them. So there could be an entire group of infantry there we're not seeing. Looks like another group of enemies just surrendered here as well. Although I'm not seeing those prisoners. They potentially could be inside one of these APCs. Especially since our guys are all over the place at this point. It's an absolute massacre, guys, as you can see here. We have crushed the MPLA in this battle. Moving them back and actually taking their stronghold. And at this point, essentially just chasing any stragglers off the field. It's an amazing, amazing situation. Here we go. Come on now. Let's waste them, boys. You can still get them. Guys are getting really, really close. I hate that open hatch. I hope that they can't throw nades in there, although they probably can. And I actually want this guy aiming in a different direction, so let's go ahead and change trajectory for him. Here we go. Come on. You can do it, son. Okay, he's dead. Wow. We didn't even need to target him. Look at that, guys. Another dead MPLA and APC. In fact, they might be actually just evacuating from that thing. I don't see any damage to the actual APC, so yeah, that could just be an evacuation right there. Oh, be careful, be careful. Okay, we've got some issues here. Let's reverse with this guy. And it looks like some more enemy contact over here, guys, specifically enemy infantry. Oh boy, this guy got shot in the buttocks, in the legs, lower back. It's amazing he's still alive. We're going to have to think about getting him some medals. At this point, this guy is the farthest guy on the enemy line. We're just pounding the jungle, which I think is a good strategy, believe it or not, right now. Just try and get as many hits in there as possible. Eventually, some of that shrapnel was going to splinter off and hit some of the enemy troops. Even the explosions of the trees could cause enough splintering to do some damage. Let's go. And these are enemy vehicles right next to us. You can see them facing towards us. No more enemies in there, though. They have been completely eliminated. What I think we want to reduce now is casualties, so I might actually stop the attack completely. Although with 2 minutes to go, I don't see the point. Might as well just continue. But I'm going to be a little upset, actually, if we have more casualties than the enemy in this battle. I was really expecting us to come out on top, but again, we did go on an attack, and generally when you go on an attack, that means you're going to be taking more casualties. Look at that grenade, by the way. Our guys are not messing around, man. Just instantly annihilating any enemies that are behind our lines. As you can see, the remaining MPLA troops are all taking cover there. I would highly recommend that they surrender. Also because our troops are about to overrun them. Look at that. Our boys have targets, but this is not very useful. And sure enough, captives taken, guys. All right, it wasn't the guys right there, but actually it was some Cuban tank troops. Look at that. And the guy's definitely been beaten up. Potentially have been the Cuban from that APC. Where they just evac. It's pretty good to get some drivers, obviously, as prisoners, especially Cuban prisoners. Definitely makes us look good to the rest of the world community who's not necessarily aware that Cuba's involved in this conflict. And also, the Cuban soldiers are the ones that actually know how to use the armored vehicles for the MPLA. The MPLA, not all of them have received military training. So, you know, once again, taking out drivers like that is a big deal, guys, a big deal. There we go. We've also taken the key point, although it doesn't really matter. It's sort of irrelevant since they're retreating. We're taking essentially every single point on this map. But it's nice to see that we're getting a little bit of support there early on in the battle. And once again, just an amazing victory, I think. But let me know what you guys think. Of course, the Graviteam system is a bit strange. We might end up with a defeat for all I know. But we'll see what happens. And tell me what you guys think about this battle. Did we approach it correctly? Would you have done it differently? And if so, how? By the way, look at this bad boy with a freaking scoped, it's like a scoped rocket launcher. Can somebody name that weapon right in front of him? Unless that is like some sort of sniper. Oh my goodness, no, he just got hit. Enemy still got some troops, but we just took some more captives there at the end. And wow, we actually got a bunch of achievements unlocked as well. A tank terror achievement. So guys, we had 42 killed on our side, 61 heavily wounded, and 44 wounded. We took 10 prisoners from the enemy. We killed 81 of them. We heavily wounded 137. Essentially, their entire force in this area. Pretty amazing job. And this is the amazing part. We destroyed 37 enemy vehicles. That's why we got those huge achievements. We've never destroyed this many enemy vehicles in the game, in any of the Graviteam games. So it's definitely an achievement, and we can understand why the MPLA retreated. Well, guys, we'll wait till next battle to see if they're completely finished or if we still need to fight some of the MPLA insurgents. Catch you on the next one.